Xenify is a meta aggregator of aggregators that allows you to swap between 54 different networks, including Bitcoin and other EVM compatible chains. And they use over 60 different aggregators and DEXs to accomplish this with the best routing and the cheapest gas fees at no additional cost to you. This is a meta aggregator of those aggregators. So instead of me having like 10 bookmarks like I do right now for swaps and DEXs and bridging, I could just use this, and it has Rubik and Rango here and all these other ones and Change Now, and I could just use this and have all the info on one screen in whatever fashion I want. If I want the best return or the lowest gas or the fastest route or just the best route, just do the thinking for me. You guys do that basically in real time, and you can refresh it here automatically. And this is super nice, man. I'm telling you what, I've been doing DeFi for a while. This is slick. This is really nice. Good job.
I mean,
good job on this, man. This is great.
The goal was to make the user, one, they don't have to pay a fee. Two, to make it simple for a user to come to Xenify, to use the tool, right? Because now there's no reason why you shouldn't, because we don't charge a fee. You get to see the best route at a single glance. You don't have to open a million of tabs of different aggregators to determine which one offers the best price. And two, we provide, you could say, solutions that are, I would say, harder to achieve, where you can go from Bitcoin to any EVM chain, right, with a single click and a Unisat wallet. We even perform swaps through private swaps, because we have an aggregator, our partner, Houdini Swap, which basically can prioritize, like make it private by tunneling your swap through Monero and then releasing it in a EVM token. So, and that's all of that can be done through Xenify. And at the same time, you can pay a fee and earn XNF. So,
wow.
Yeah. I think the beautiful part is that you could actually swap between not just EVM chains, but you can actually swap from non-EVM chains like Bitcoin, right? So
that's one of my favorite things about this, by the way. Yeah. I love Bitcoin. So I try to make money in DeFi on EVM chains, and then I have to go through a whole process to get it over to Bitcoin in my Bitcoin wallet. And this way, I could just take it from any EVM chain, basically, and send it straight to Bitcoin with the best routing and the best prices. Is that right?
Correct. So it's like if you was to use a non-EVM like StealthX or any aggregator, which are also our partners, you would probably be, the way the process would work is you would have to put in the address that you are wanting to send the Bitcoin to. And then you would have to send that EVM tokens to an address that they kind of provide. So there's a lot of steps involved for you to actually perform these tasks. But if you utilize us, it's within a single click. So the only thing you have to do is put in your Bitcoin address and swap. And that's it.
Wow.
And in fact, if you're coming from Bitcoin to an EVM chain, then it would be the opposite. So you just have to connect your Unisat wallet. If you have Bitcoin on that wallet, then you can basically swap between any of those chains that we offer. And you just have to put in your EVM address. Wow. And that's it.
That's a game changer for me.
And it's completely free.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so if you just want to generally come to the site and perform a swap, you can actually visually see, right, the best route, the best pricing at a single glance. And we don't even charge a fee. It's completely free. Like, it doesn't make a difference if you swap with us or if you swap with the aggregator. The amount that you receive back is exactly the same. So what we feel that we're performing is like we're giving the user the ability to basically get the best quote that he can get by just coming to Xenify and visually seeing it and then performing the swap. So he doesn't have to, open up 10 different tabs looking at each of those aggregator and the pricing of each one and then selecting the route that they want to choose. We want to do it for free, and we want to be able to actually visually provide the user the ability to select that route. So I would say if you're just generally swapping, I would say that would be one of the best tools, you could say, in your arsenal when you do want to swap between tokens, is to use our swap UI. If you actually want to earn tokens, like you actually want to start earning rewards, that's where you could perform swaps on chains where XNF has been deployed. Right now, we are deployed on Arbitrum. So that means if you perform a swap between, from Arbitrum to another chain or within Arbitrum, you will be prompted if you want to earn XNF, or if you want to basically perform a swap for free, right? Like the other chains. But if you choose to earn XNF, then, like I mentioned before, there will be 2 transactions involved. The first transaction is the fee, which is 0.5%. That goes to the contract, right? As will be utilized by the contract. And then the second transaction is your actual swap amount, which gets processed by the aggregator, which the aggregator kind of handles, the one that you selected. Now, at the end of the cycle, which is a 24-hour cycle, you would receive back VE/XNF, which we'll cover later, I guess. But with that VE/XNF, you'll be able to earn native rewards every day, as long as you retain the lock that is on that VE/XNF. So that means you'll be able to earn ETH on Arbitrum and BNB on the Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, I think in the way you can think of it is perform a swap on Arbitrum, have the ability to earn XNF, and now you have the ability to earn ETH. So it's a very different approach compared to like other aggregators where they kind of don't really provide a value back in this sense. To like, for example, if you perform a swap on 1inch, they're not really giving you a fee back, right? Or giving you any tokens back by you paying that fee to them. So with us, it's more of like, if you want to earn that XNF, then you have a possibility to earn ETH. So the fee that you're paying, that 0.5% that you're paying, you're probably going to 10 times that. Even if you don't want to earn the ETH and you just want to wait out the year, I'm pretty sure that the value of XNF during that 1 year period would be far higher than the fees that you paid for it at the time of the swap.
The potential price appreciation of the XNF token, like we're seeing here, this chart is crazy, you guys. What is this? Like, this is beautiful.
It will be, it's interesting because you're seeing it you're seeing it in real time, how it's playing out. The liquidity started with 100,000 and today we're at 300,000 within 5 days.
Right. And that's on Arbitrum, which is not, this is not BNB Smart Chain yet. This is not Ethereum yet. This is on Arbitrum.
Yeah.
So BNB Smart Chain is coming in 3 days. I can only imagine what that chart is going to do in the first 5 days. What date is that?
This Friday.
It's the 8th. Yeah, Friday the 8th
Okay.
at 9:30 UTC. Correct. Xenify is coming to the BNB chain.
Awesome. So December 8th at 9:30 p.m. UTC, Xenify is coming to BNB Smart Chain. And if it goes anything like how it went on Arbitrum, that would be insane. I think it's already 3, 4, or 5x'd at this point on Arbitrum. So BNB is much bigger, and that could be really exciting. Before we start diving into things, I'm going to pull up the chart here. This is on your website. So if you guys go to Xenify, XENIFY.io, you can see their price of the XNF token on Arbitrum right now. Look at that chart, and it started at like 75 cents or something, and it's at $3.30 right now in 5 days. So very successful launch so far of the XNF token on Arbitrum, and you have a version of it coming to Binance Smart Chain, BNB Smart Chain in 3 days on December 8th. Correct?
Yeah. And it's going to be even more aggressive than Arbitrum, because Arbitrum was our intention of Arbitrum was to be less volatile, but BNB chain will be way more volatile with the price. So it could actually do multiple more X's than what you see on Arbitrum.
Could this chart continue like this forever? Or what do you think realistically is going to happen, let's say over the next month or 2 or 3? What do you think could potentially happen?
Okay, so firstly, XNF's token, it has a max cap of 22,600,000, right? Very similar to Bitcoin. There was an airdrop event that happened 2 months ago, and there is 1.5 million tokens that were distributed. Now, these tokens are locked, and only 2,000 XNF is distributed each day for the next 730 days. Okay. So, one, when it comes to scarcity, we have an aggressive halvening approach. Okay. So the first halvening actually happens in 90 days from launch, which basically means the 20,000 that's distributed each day gets dropped to half, which means it goes from 20,000 to 10,000 a day. The second halvening happens 6 months after that, where the rewards will drop from 10,000 to 5,000. And then from that point, we have another halving 12 months later from that 6 months. 12 months later, there'll be a third halvening where it go from 5,000 to 2,500 a day. And then from 12 months, the next halving after that will be 24 months, and then 4 years, and then it'll be 4 yearly halvenings after that, until it reaches a fixed amount of 156 XNF that will be distributed throughout the next 200 years, right?
Okay.
So there is a lot of halvenings that are coming out. So that's one that would help bring up the price, I would say. 2 is the buyback and burning. As we explained, a lot of the ETH occurred goes towards that. The other portion would be the one-time selling. So when users do want to sell, that XNF is permanently removed out of circulation because of the black hole we've created, which means that the protocol will eventually buy and burn and remove those tokens from existence, right? So that's another aspect towards the scarcity. And then I would say the other one would be the Ethereum launch, which will mean that users would be burning a ton of XNF tokens or VXNF tokens to participate on Ethereum. So if Ethereum does really well, if the swap volume and the participation is really good, as it would be, right? Since it's the biggest chain, right? When it comes to ETH, and we're in the Zen community, Ethereum is always the best. Then it would probably increase the burning of XNF or liquid XNF that's on Arbitrum and BNB chain. So that would further accelerate the scarcity. And given that there's so many halvenings in the first year, I think it's pretty doable. And I think the price can only increase over time with the liquidity. And you can see it, right? The liquidity started at 100,000. The liquidity is growing with the price. You know, I wouldn't be surprised $10 is $1 million in liquidity.
Yeah. Yeah, I
The
mean,
way it's going.
this chart is
$100
going.
will be 10 million.
So all those factors that you explained make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they have to see the long-term view, right?
Yeah.
I see it as XNF is an appreciating asset. It has, you could say, burner mentals put into the protocol, right? With the buyback and burning. And it's designed to become scarce over time. So by you contributing ETH or by you swapping or you burning any of those two tokens to get XNF, that XNF will one day be valued at a greater amount because of these built-in features. So to me, I feel like XNF could be over $100, in a year, because it's designed to do that. And then especially we're going into a bull run, we're in that next year, right? Because of the halving of Bitcoin. I think the upside is there. The protocol is immutable. We can't change anything. We can't adjust anything. We can't remove anything, right? Whatever that has been coded is coded, right? So it's going to run forever, just like the Zen contract, It's out there in the wild, like you said, and it's designed to do what it's designed to do, in other words, which is to become scarce over time, to remove tokens when you sell permanently. And then further, when we go on to Ethereum, it's going to even accelerate that scarcity. The thing is, it's always early. Like, like when something which is small and then becomes into the thousands and hundreds, right, in the future, where there's so many users, thousands of users participating each day, that's when, you find a gem, right? And something that's entirely immutable, something that can't be changed once it's deployed, something that's based on first principles when it comes to fair distribution of that underlying token. I think that's where we want more projects to build towards, instead of having ownership, admin keys and distrust, I would say. So that's why Zen ecosystem projects build in this way. We build in a way where there's no admin keys, entirely immutable, trustless, fair distribution with the tokens based on participation. And I think X1, when it does launch, will have a lot of projects. I would say X1 would outperform many EVM chains because of this fact, because projects will be building in this principle. We've put it in many ways because, not many people around the world can afford even 0.01 ETH, right?
Right.
So we've even made it, even if you pay a swap fee of $1, right? You're still going to get some portion of VEXNF.
That's true.
So it kind of fits into everyone's preference, right? Like, it doesn't mean that you're stuck now and you can't participate because you can't afford the burn fee. You can even pay cents in fees, and actually get a share of VEXNF, by just doing even a Uniswap transaction on Arbitrum is quite, it's not that expensive to perform those transactions. I think the thing is, a lot of people, the way it works is first month, people try to understand the protocol. they get into it, they put maybe a small, portion in, they test it out, they figure out their strategy. And then when we deploy on a different chain, like now BNB chain, then they already have seen Arbitrum. And now they know that BNB chain is going to be more aggressive. You're reducing that initial liquidity down to 20,000 from 100,000. Now the price appreciation is going to be insane.
Yeah.
It's not going to be $1, $2, $3. It's probably going to be $10, $20, and the price on every new cycle is just going to accelerate that price up, which kind of brings in more users to, more BNB whales will realize that once they start seeing the liquidity going up, they'll be seeing the price going up very aggressively. And then they can look at Arbitrum and see, holy shit, this is how it works.